Hi, Tony here, welcome back to the Man Cave, where this week I'm going to be taking a look at two alternative quad-lock mounts. So if you've been rooting around on my channel, you may know that I reviewed the Quadlock mount system some while ago, and I reviewed the cycle mount. This is designed to fit onto a top stem of a bicycle, but I found that it worked particularly well on the top clamp of my Street Twin. I had the full kit with the case and this mount, and it worked very well. A very secure fit. I'll put a link up to the video for those of you that haven't seen it, and you can go away and have a look at that. But the basic concept of this is you just have a case with this quad-lock mount on. It snaps onto these. Very quick, very simple, very secure. Now, as I say, this was designed for bicycles, and so it needed to be held on by a rubber strap or zip ties. Still pretty secure, but I thought there could be a better option. And Quadlock now have a couple of alternatives for you. There's the motorcycle mount, which is a clamp that will fit around your handlebars. If you're riding something where you don't have easy access to the handlebars, a scooter or such like, then there is also the mirror mount. This has just got a smaller diameter clamp on it. This should be a pretty quick video. We'll have a take a look at these, and we'll start with the motorcycle mount. Now, one thing I like about the Quadlock system is the modular setup that they have. So once you've got the case for your appropriate phone, you can buy all the other bits and pieces individually, which makes it very cost effective. It also means that you can mount your phone across a number of different platforms and devices. So inside the Quadlock box you have your quick start guide, and this is one thing that that Quadlock are always very good at, which is giving you very clear and concise fitting instructions. And in the kit you have an Allen key, the main handlebar clamp, you've got a couple of different sized mounts, you have the arm of the Quadlock and the Quadlock mount itself. This kit will work across numerous different bar widths, so it'll work on a 7/8, 1 inch, 1 1/8 or 1 1/4, and for you metric people that's 22mm, 25mm, 28mm or 32mm. So when it comes to the installation, you've got several options. First of all, you need to determine the size of your bar, and that will depend on what inserts you've got. You've got two here, there's another one inside the clamp there, and then you've got a couple of options. If you don't need the room, you can bolt this straight to that. If you need space to move it out, then you've got an alternative arm, and then move that to wherever you need it. So if you need to get it up out of the way of something. Now, I came into a bit of a problem on my Street Twin when I mounted a Free Spirits USB socket, and I'll put a link up in the corner here for that. It meant that with my huge enormous iPhone 6s Plus, I didn't have room to put it in landscape mode on the handlebars, so that kind of rendered this useless unless I wanted it in portrait mode. With this, I've got the option to put it away to one side onto the bar, and also I've got then this arm which will give me the option to stretch that out even further. So let's get it onto the bike. I'll put it on the Street Twin. I've got a couple of other bikes here that I can show it to you on, and you can see how flexible this system is. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is establish the size of your bars. Now, standard Street Twin has 7/8 bars, so I've got the smaller of the rubber clamps, and it's just a case of putting that over the top. Now, I want to mount this somewhere, so I'm not going to interfere with this, because when I had the other mount on here, it meant that I couldn't turn the phone that way. Now I can get this up over here out of the way, which is probably going to work. I've also got that arm if I do want to move it slightly closer to the middle, and it is just a simple case of putting those two clamps through there, sticking the bolts in, and then doing those up. Nothing to it. I'm just going to do that loosely for now, because then what that's going to enable me to do is mount this clamp onto here, and you've got small micro adjusters here to enable you to put it in this tab in whatever position you want. If I put that there, that's going to be out of the way. and then that just tightens on, and then it's the same as it would be with the other one. You push this down, it gives you some clearance to be able to snap that phone case on, and then when you let go, that's gone. So I could be quite happy. I could move that here, which is actually quite a nice place to have that. And again, to undo, it is a case of pushing down on that tab, twisting that off. If I wanted to, I could put that arm on there to move it a little bit further over that way. So in that scenario, it's just a case of undoing that top bolt, fitting that secondary arm in the same way. And this is where you get slightly more adjustment, because you've still got the ability, as you had the other, to be able to mount this in various positions. Again, you can put this in whatever position you want to. So in the end, I put the clamp down here near the top clamp, and that's sticking straight up. That gives me the ability then to snap that in to one side, and I've then got a really nice position for that in front of me. I can turn it in to portrait mode if I need to, and obviously with my new USB charger, if I have it around there, I can run a short cable from there, coil it up, plug it in. I've got constant power. And if you want to fit it onto a wider bar, we've got the bobber here, which has got a 1-inch bar. You just go to the next size up, and very handily it's got the diameter embossed on the ring. So for the bobber, I'll put the 25mm one on, and there you go, there it is on the bobber. And again, you've got lots of flexibility. Once that's on there, there's no way that's coming off. I've ridden a naked bike above the legal speed limit, and this has been rock solid. There is no way that that is coming off of there. Now, I was always a little bit concerned with the cycle mount one, that if one of the rubber bands came off, with this clamped on here and that in there, that is just, there's no way that's going to come off. I'm really impressed with the sturdiness of that. And obviously once you get to your destination, snap that off, phone in the pocket, and there you go. And if you go for something like an adventure bike, which has got a big Meteor handlebar, this is the 28mm on the KTM, then again you just put a different insert in. So loads of flex in the kit, and lots of opportunities as to where and how you can mount that. Right, so that's the handlebar mount. The next option is the mirror mount. This is just a smaller version, a smaller clamp. It covers 4 different sizes of mirror arms, and this is handy, as it shows on the box, if you're riding a scooter and you haven't got any handlebars to be able to clamp that to. So let's get the box open and show you what's inside. You've got your 3 different sized rubber grommets that go from 10mm, 12mm and 14mm, and if you use the bracket without a rubber grommet in, you can go to 16mm. And for you imperial users, that's 3/8 of an inch, 1/2 inch, 9/16 and 5/8. Again, you have your 2-piece clamp, so you have the little round clamp with the micro adjusters. You have the U-clip that goes underneath that, and then you've got the same assembly for the mount. Now you could fit the added arm if you've got the other kit, but I guess if you're putting this on a mirror arm, you're going to want to keep the center of gravity as close as you can to the middle. The mirror mount works exactly the same way as the handlebar mount. You've got the inserts, in this case for the KTM, this is a 12mm insert that goes on here. You have the same double little bracket that goes over the top, and what I like about this is that it screws in from the top, so you don't have to fiddle around trying to line these up, and you just can let gravity hold them in place. So screw it in, get it in the position you want, and then exactly the same way the foam will snap on into whatever position you want. So there you have it, 2 great options from Quadlock. I'm consistently impressed by the quality of the pieces they put out. I think this is a really good solution. It's not fussy, it's very quick and easy to use, it's strong, it's lightweight, it's indiscreet, and they're priced pretty well as well. I'll put links up in the top corner for you to go away and have a look at the prices of those. From memory, the handlebar mount is about £39 and the mirror mount about £29. Now, you've got your phone mounted on your bike. What are the options for you for navigation? Well, this is where you get free sat-nav. Now, I know it's probably not as feature-rich as some of the dedicated sat-navs, but at a pinch, They can work really well for you. If you just want to use Google Maps, that's pretty good at directions. Now I use a sat-nav system called NavMe, and I'll put a link on the page here for you. And this is a free application. I know it's on the Apple Store. I'm assuming it's on Android as well. Works really, really well. I've used it here in the UK, and especially I've used it on holiday abroad, particularly in the US, because you are able to download the maps onto your phone, so you actually don't need any data signal to it. All it uses is the GPS from the phone, which is something I don't think you're able to do on Google Maps. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this works really well. For the US, you can just download it by state. Now NavMe has spoken instructions. You've got several options to view on that. You can save favorite places, points of interest. If you use it on your data, or if you stop somewhere and pick up Wi-Fi, you can find lots of locations, tag those, save them, and then again you can navigate to them without having to use data. I think it's really flexible. It's actually gotten me out of a hole, and what it will do also is you can see other users and you're able to update parts of the map in terms of places of interest and stuff. So go check out NavMe. It's a free option. It works really, really well. There are other options out there, but for me, that one seems to do exactly what you need to do. So I hope you found this short video useful. As you can tell, I'm a fan of the Quadlock stuff. I'm quite happy to invest my money on their pieces because you get really good quality, lots of flexibility, and they just work really well. As I've said before, there's links all over the place here. I've got some bits and pieces in the end credits. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been able to put regular videos up recently, but hopefully you should see a stream of new videos coming through, and I'm expanding the content, as you may have seen from this video. There's another bike in the stable, and there'll be some bits and pieces around that. And all that leaves me to say is thanks for watching. Until next time, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.